Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name is Keith Curtin. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer at Blippar, located here in the U.S. I also have our CTO Preet on with me, who's based in our India offices. Hope all of you are doing well as can be expected during these challenging times. I really want to thank you for taking time to join us to learn more about how augmented reality is helping to shape the new normal and really bridge the current gap between brands and consumers within this new world of social distancing. So I'd like to dive a little bit into our background. For the past 10 years, Blippar has been the leading pioneer within the AR industry. Through many of our years of experience, we've developed a deeper catalog and have a much more existing AR content database of data, case studies, and content, more so than Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat combined. We've worked across over 18,000 campaigns with the largest brands and agencies, as you'll see below. And we've worked across pretty much every industry vertical across all regions of the world. So we've really been leading the space in the AR category and have been pioneers, trailblazing. I want to talk a little bit about our technology. Our technology is best of breed and has been named one of the most disruptive technology companies by CNBC. So our platform is cloud-based, which helps keep all the user experiences super light and optimized for mobile users. We've got some of the most robust features on our platform, which include real-world tracking, marker tracking, dynamic lighting, face tracking, and the most robust computer vision capabilities in the market, bar none. So what I'd like to do here is take a quick look back at where we've been. Here's sort of a fun clip that I really love of Blippar's technology being featured on NBC's Today Show. What you'll see is that mobile augmented reality was really once restricted to just a native app, which has many benefits, but also has setbacks, as a lot of brands have been looking for ways to remove the friction of an app to download and make these experiences much more seamless and convenient for consumers.
Have you ever heard of Blippar? Blippar is an app. It comes free on your iPhone, and it gives you video content of things. It's crazy. So look what I've got right here in my hand. Ketchup, Blippar. I'm putting Blippar on ketchup. Do you see what just happened? What? It makes video content. Oh, did you see it? Look what's happening. But why do you need that? No, but it gives you things to see. Look at that. You can tap on it, watch video, do something. Why would I want to watch a video of a bottle of ketchup? Look, watch video. Look at it. Put me on there. It's so, you guys, you've got to get Blippar. We're going to blip Kathy Lee. That does it for this Fundy Buddy. Smile. This is cool. Have you ever?
So super fun times in the past and some really great experiences we were able to deliver through the native app. What I'd like to do now is just introduce you to Blippar's mobile web AR capabilities, which runs through both Chrome and Safari. Just want to note real quick that we were the first company in the world to actually launch augmented reality through the web back in 2017. We launched web AR with a few campaigns via display ads. And since then, our web AR has come a really long way, as you're going to see shortly. On the platform, we have some of the most advanced features, including marker and image tracking, which we've just recently launched through the browser. Dynamic lighting. We've also got green screen videos and volumetric live talk and much more. So let's just take a quick look at some of the new capabilities running through the browser on our Blip Builder platform. Again, super awesome. No app needed any longer, and so, which means these content experiences can live wherever the brand or agency wants to deliver them or trigger them from. They don't necessarily have to be all inside the wall gardens of Facebook or Snapchat, but we can deliver them all through rich media, through QR codes, image recognition, URLs, social media posts. So the sky's the limit there. So just to talk a little bit about the importance of augmented reality, Tim Cook recently said that augmented reality will be as important as eating 3 meals a day. And I think with these new times of social distancing and where we are today, it may even become as important as eating 5 meals a day. So I want to talk a little bit about the importance of 5G. So with 10 times the throughput and 10 times the decrease in latency, with 100 times network efficiency over 4G, 5G will enable the next generation of computing platforms, which will be much more experiential and 3D than the flat 2D internet that we experience right now. South Korea, in fact, was the first country in the world to roll out 5G last year. They saw 2D 360 videos had 10 times more data than a conventional 2D video, and a 3D video consumes 50% more data. So as a result, in just 2 months after the launch of 5G, South Korea saw AR type applications accounting for over 20% of all data traffic. So we're expecting to see that increase much more as 5G continues to roll out. We've also seen Google has recently rolled out augmented reality into their mobile search capability, which means that in the short term, every website will need to have 3D and be AR enabled in order to be indexed. And so here's some examples of the various ways that a brand can trigger a web AR experience and how they can be launched. So first here, you see Lavazza and Arsenal, a campaign we just recently launched. User can just type in a simple URL to pull up the camera and access our Blippar platform to launch the AR content. Another way would be through, digital and social media ads. So rich media can also launch the camera and launch straight into these AR experiences, driving up deeper engagement and much longer dwell times. We also have QR codes. So QR codes are really just the simple way to pull up that URL. It's much more seamless, and we're seeing a lot of brands and agencies are deploying AR codes just to make it very simple and seamless. And finally, we've got object recognition that we can deploy using our robust computer vision technology. So here are just a few examples of how some of our brand partners have been leveraging our web AR platform for various campaigns. First, we have the United States Postal Service. So we created sort of a gamified experience that can show you how long it takes their competitors to actually get that package to your doorstep. And then you can actually race the United States Postal Service truck straight down the runway. You can also book your seat on Lufthansa Airlines and check for available seats and see the leg room. You can also kind of flip through some of the meals offered on board. Or you can also check out to the right the exercise bike and see how that might actually fit in your apartment and see some of the additional features and order that and purchase that product straight through the web browser. And then finally, our famous catch-up experience where we can deliver recipe content to users, driving more need for that particular product and driving more purchase decisions. We also have face filter capabilities. So we have all of this running straight through a browser. So one of the advantages for this would be, let's just take a brand like M&M's, for example. M&M's can control the environment in which their content runs, so they can ensure that it's safe and family friendly, and they can run these types of interactions at a fraction of the cost of, say, a Snapchat or an Instagram. I think what's really important to note here is that there's no app required, and so these experiences can run wherever the brand and agency would like to trigger them from, and outside the wall gardens of some of the biggest social platforms. And then what also is, I think is important is that it's very simple for anyone to engage with this content, from grandparents to kids, and not just Generation Z or Snapchatters. So here I want to talk a little bit about our content authoring platform, which is named Blip Builder. We create augmented reality content for brands and agencies, but we also provide a very simple to use platform. So you're able to create your own augmented reality in a very quick and seamless way. So we like to think of it more as a WordPress or a PowerPoint for AR. At Blippar, we've been building AR for years, and we're putting a lot of our learnings and expertise into making AR as easy and accessible as possible. So this is really simple for brands and agencies to use, and even educational institutions. We really want to make it simple to make AR accessible to your Android or iOS environment, because our authoring tool is integrated into our SDK. But we've also now made this even easier and have made web AR extremely simple to create through our platform, which is really going to help to drive the mass consumption of augmented reality. So our vision has really always been to unify all various AR standards, so users won't have to worry about which standard they have to publish into. One tool will simply allow you to publish into all standards. And that's the basis of our Blip Builder platform. So we also have a creative studio, and we've been building augmented reality for over the last 10 years. So you can also work directly with us to build custom end-to-end AR solutions together. And we can sort of take the lead and help strategize and build out these AR experiences for you. So what I like to do next is just kind of take a walk through some of our existing work. So this is a retail experience we created for PepsiCo's Bubbly brand. And what we did here was we completely took over an aisle experience at Walmart. So we were able to actually block out all the competitors within the beverage aisle and just simply throw a fun, engaging dance party straight in the aisle of Walmart and block out all the competitors. It's fun, it's engaging, it's interactive,
Bubbly sparkling water.
and it really drives home the point. So here's another campaign that we ran for Pepsi for World Cup. This particular campaign, we had calls to action on over 250 million packages of Pepsi. Through that, we saw over 2.4 million interactions from 1.2 million users. And we also saw an average dwell time of 82 seconds per user. Also, we were able to see what time of day people engage most with the campaign and from what location. So what we're able to do is not just surprise and delight the end consumer, but we can also extract some really valuable data and analytics on our back end that are very useful for brands and data that's never been seen before. So here's another campaign that I love. It's for General Mills Lucky Charms. Just a really great example of how consumer packaged goods are another great category for AR, and the scale of Blippar's technology makes it attractive for advertisers not to only work with Blippar's creative studio, but also with our content tool. We make it simple for agencies to export AR into iOS or Android, and also through the web without having to learn any coding language. So it's really simple and fast to use. We want to make AR as easy and accessible for everyone and compatible with all the leading platforms in the world. So with this particular campaign, you'll see that we saw over 3.2 million total interactions. But again, the dwell time was just outstanding with 6 minutes and 30 seconds average dwell time per user. And just to jump into a little bit more of the data that you'll be able to extract from our platform, here just wanted to show some conversion rates and some dwell times, just to show that augmented reality is more than just a cool idea. You can search many of our competitors that are in the marketplace, but there are no other companies in the world that can offer as many insights and data across as many industry verticals to help guide your campaign success to drive engagement, conversion, and ROI. So here you'll see a 15.7% average conversion rate across cereal boxes, an average dwell time of 74 seconds. So really robust data, but we've got a lot of data and learnings across so many campaigns of the 18,000 AR activations that we built to date, so we can help to guide some of your strategic decisions in creating the right types of AR campaigns. Again, and here are just a couple of my favorites. This is a Coca-Cola campaign that we created, a 3D Spotify player from their packaging. And then we also, Pepsi delivered real-time AR Super Bowl content to help add some deeper engagement to their big game experience here to the right. Another category I think is really important and does super well with AR. I think a lot of us have probably heard of 19 Crimes, the interactive wine bottle. Well, beer, wine, and spirits is another great category to drive engagement through AR. And I think something to point out right now, as of right now, Facebook and Instagram do not have the capability to age gate the AR content properly to maintain compliance for these brands. What Blippar's Web AR can actually do is redirect from these popular platforms from social posts to our Web AR platform and launch straight into the age verification and augmented reality content. So we're allowed to, we're still able to actually access the scale of those platforms, but also keep your campaign within compliance with the age gating. So here's a campaign that we just launched live for Campari USA to teach you how to make the perfect Aperol spritz. So at this point, whether you're stuck at home, we can still kind of put you in that luxury resort environment and teach you how to actually pour the perfect Aperol spritz. Top it off with an orange and a splash of soda. And there you have it. Cheers. Again, some more samples of the type of rich campaign data that brands and agencies will have access to through our platform. Here are just some examples of some past alcohol and beverage campaigns that we've run, truly successful campaigns, and again, reporting that we'll be able to offer all of our partners in real time on our analytics dashboard. I think healthcare is another great category where augmented reality can be leveraged and offer a lot of value. Communication in healthcare has always had challenges due to the knowledge gap between institutions and consumers. There are oftentimes language barriers which sort of get in the way between pharma companies and consumers in terms of how to use certain types of medications. So augmented reality can really bring a lot of value, especially these days, to present the right solution on how to use these products, but also reduce the need to insert booklets in over hundreds and thousands of languages into each of these packages. So again, AR in the healthcare community will certainly be very, very important. So again, just to kind of highlight how we can actually start to use AR into paid media now, as we're running a lot of these experiences straight through a web browser. Here you're going to see how AR can help rich media ads convert better. Back in 2017, as I mentioned, Blippar worked exclusively with the Internet Advertising Bureau to introduce AR ad units as an acceptable standard. We were the first company in the world to serve AR advertising through the browser. And here's just an example of one of the campaigns we created for a global brand like Land Rover to show how we can drive deeper engagement, much longer dwell time, drop you straight into the interior of the vehicle and allow you to interact and engage with different features of that particular vehicle. So again, super important ways to drive AR through digital paid media and even programmatic. And as you can see, AR ads drive deeper engagement, much longer dwell times, and will become a critical component to bridging e-commerce with consumers, especially within the social distancing time we're living through. So what I'd like to do right now is hand things off to my colleague Preet, who will take you through a live demo of our content authoring platform, Blip Builder. And what he's going to do is show you how fast and easy it is to build out your own web AR content with no coding skills required.
Thank you, Keith. Let me share my screen. There you go. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. I'm Preet. I'm the Chief Technology Officer for Blippar. Before I directly jump into the Blip Builder tool, let me spend quick 30 seconds to explain the platform to folks who are new to Blip Builder. The platform, apart from the tool itself, is one of the world's single most unique platforms that allow you to create, edit, manage, publish, and consume the experience all in one place, be it web, be it app, and future ready for any of the devices that come. Apart from the tool itself, the platform provides massive services with respect to authentication and authorization, which allows you to log in and log out, keep your content safe and secure. User management, for example, as an enterprise or brands or agencies, they can create their own group of users, allocate them permissions, make admins, and moderate the content accordingly. Version management, which allows you to create multiple versions of the same experience, allowing you to switch back and forth based on your requirement. Let's say you go live with one version and you realize, okay, I want the previous one. You can just switch a button and the previous live version goes out immediately and is published live within no time. The platform is completely cloud-based. Tons of compression involved for assets to ensure that the experience is super light and fast. The platform has the ability to choose the node that is the server right next to your user, ensuring lightning fast delivery of assets. Cool. This is the dashboard. So when you come into the dashboard, you can create web AR or app AR. For the purpose of the demo, I'm just going to jump into a web AR demo. I'm just going to, with respect to the current situation, we are dedicating this demo for all the amazing healthcare workers who have been supporting us during the crisis. So this demo is based a little bit on Corona. The image trigger is a picture of virus itself. Let me talk about Blip Builder. The tool itself is the flagship creation tool from the Blippar family, completely web-based. No need of any previous experience or any exposure to any coding language, and completely drag and drop, which allows anyone and everyone to create the experience in a lightning fast manner. To give an example, my 8-year-old son creates simple campaigns, mostly for his fun stuff, and in under 15 minutes. So if you see in the uploads panel, if you're seeing butterflies and Peppa Pig and George, those are all his creations. So we share the dashboard for demos. Awesome. Let me quickly run through the platform. What you see on the screen is the canvas wherein you actually lay in all the content. I'm just going to take you quickly through the 3D view. I'm going to zoom in a little, show you what's there. So left side is what you see. The colorful portion is the marker, which overlays, which basically gives you an experience and an idea of how the experience is going to look like. You can go inspect the elements from a very close range. There are videos, there are images, there are models. I'm going to quickly run through all the possible. We have tried to put in a very simple demo, but very large and quite complicated demos can be easily done. But for the purpose of the demo, we've kept it very simple, trying to use most of the assets available. You can use sprites, you can use text, you can just drag and drop and put in text. You can have lights, one of my favorites. I use it heavily. Just let me give you a quick demo of lights as well. Dynamically, you can do a lot of stuff, but the lighting is very important. If you look at the reflection of the light on the phone screen, you can see a small light in there. At the same time, the amazing effect that light produces. I'm just going to change the color of the light and see the effect. Just going to do a Control Z, removes the effect. Control Z on Windows and Command Z on Mac allows you to go back to your previous changes. You have 3D shapes. You can drag and drop. These are pre-built 3D shapes all for you. Simple shapes. Once you put in inside, and then you can choose to color or just put a simple image around it, wrap it up, and then that becomes a nice, amazing texture. Lots of uploads that you can upload, custom uploads that are possible. Let me quickly talk about models. If you look here, this hand is a very simple off-the-shelf model, which we have just uploaded. So you can drag and drop into this area from your computer. And GLBs are predominantly the most widely accepted formats and available on pretty much all of the 3D sites. Drag and drop it here, and you're good to go to start using the models. There is models like the ORS ones, and these are just without any animation, but you can actually do lots of animation right in Blip Builder. So if you look at it, I've just put in, if I pull this rotate into virus.glb and I just play it, do you see the virus moving in? And if I go closer, I can actually inspect the hand. The hand is also rotating. I can find out what kind of rotation I had, what kind of speed I want. I can actually choose on an animation, quickly change the duration, put in a loop so that it continuously, it moves endlessly, and so forth and so on. So super easy. You can put in a move animation and have the hand moving all around the scene, or have a model of a man walking in the scene. Let me quickly move to the videos. You have, let me pause the animation. You can directly drag and drop the videos from here. So if you look at this video, this is actually coming from here. You have MP4 support. Pretty much all the codecs are supported. You can put in background music and play through the experience. What else? Oh, you have PNG. So if you look at the logo, this is a simple PNG that comes in. There's lights. There's a lot of motion effects. You can tweak for experienced users who want to tweak even further. You have the right panel that goes in a little more deeper orientation. You can move the objects around. You can rotate them. You can maximize them. Let's say I'll just make this super big, and that's about it. I'll just go back to my original state. The other part is chroma key videos. You can just, like, for example, this is a very small chroma key video that I just made myself, having a simple green screen behind me. Drag and drop in right into the Blip Builder, choose it as a green chroma key, and boom, you have a transparent video. So you can have a doctor who's going to walk in right from the canvas towards you, completely transparent, giving you an effect that he's actually magically appearing out of thin air. Awesome. I'm just going to quickly publish this, and you should see a simple QR screen, a QR code showing up on your screen. All you have to do is point when you're doing live campaigns, point at a QR code. The camera opens up the experience, and you can just track it against the marker. I'm just going to quickly show you how this campaign looks like in real life. I'm going to do a live demo, and this is the experience. Hold on, let me share the sound as well, because that's important. 1 second. Share the screen. Share the computer sound. There you go. So, and I'm gonna play. Perfect. So it opens up the image. It looks at the QR code, shows up the URL. You point at the marker, and boom, the experience is right in front of you. Now imagine the quality. You can zoom in. You can go closer to each and every component. And see the way it's rendering. You can look at the edges of the mobile phone. You'll see lights reflecting out of it, and that's primarily because of the light coming from the lighting component that we put in. And all of this is actually happening completely magically right in your camera. The video will start playing as well, and video showing how the hand should be washed. And that pretty much finishes off the demo. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the video to finish, and we will open up the floor for question and answers.
Awesome. Well,
Cool.
thank you for that demo, Preet. That was awesome. So yeah,
Nice.
so as Preet mentioned, we have a few minutes for some questions. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop us your question in the chat, and we'll try to answer as many as we can. So it looks like there's still a few. There's a couple questions here. Are there free trials? Yes, we have a 30-day free trial on our website. So you can go to blippar.com and you can actually test drive the platform for 30 days and really give it will allow you some access to kind of go in and test drive and try out all the features. Is there an option for markerless AR? That's a great question. Yes, indeed. So there's several ways that you can launch the content. So one could be marker tracking, but we also do have the ability just to launch straight into the AR capabilities within the browser. We also have object detection and even geo location as well. So there's a lot of different ways that you can customize and trigger and launch the content through the browser. Does the consumer have to download Blippar to activate the AR experience, or can they also simply open their phone camera, point at a visual trigger, e.g. a brand's logo, and that auto triggers experience? So there's a few ways that we work. So we can launch these experiences via our SDK. So we can either launch them through our Blippar app, or we can embed the capabilities straight into your existing platform. So your iOS and Android apps, we can embed the AR capabilities. Super simple to do, very light, between 3 and 5 megabytes. So it's just a very simple update for the end user. And so we do offer that native app solution, but through the browser, there are those various ways to open and trigger the AR. So we need to get the consumer to the URL somehow to launch the content because we're running this through the browser. So we've got to get them to open that URL. So there's the QR code. And I think what you're asking here is, can you just open your camera and point it to the logo? The answer to that is no. Until Apple and Google have created some type of computer vision solution inside their phones cameras, what we need to do is actually get you to that URL to launch our Blip Builder platform. So your phone camera in an iOS can natively recognize a QR code. So you can open your camera and point to a QR code, but you can't just open your camera and point to a logo or an object and have it work.
Keith, I'll take one more. Can we have external animations baked in and or objects baked in Maya and other tools, and we can import them into Blip Builder? We do support a lot of formats, and if there is a format that doesn't work and it's important for your project, we would be happy to build converters for them. Feel free to write us at info@blippar.com for any further queries.
Why don't you take this one, Preet?
Yeah.
Can you create a 3D animation in an external 3D program and import it, Blender or Maya, and have multiple animations starting at a different time?
Yes, we can.
Good answer.
Yeah, love to have that answer. Yeah. Super. Do we have anything else?
Does the AR experience get published instantly, or is there any delay before it's live on the web? That's a great question. I think one of the benefits to working with Blippar is everything we do is all hosted and served from the cloud. So we can change content in real time. Unlike a native app, for example, let's just go back to 19 Crimes. It's seen tremendous success, but it's super heavy. All that content has to be downloaded onto the user's device within that native app. And so whenever they want to change content, they have to republish that app to the App Store, which can take 3 to 4 weeks. With our Blippar platform, we can change the content in real time as quickly as you'd like. Do you provide a data dashboard? Absolutely. We provide a data dashboard, and some of the data and analytics that you're going to be able to track would be number of engagements. We'll also be able to tell you unique users, time of day, location. We'll be able to tell you where people are engaging all the way down to street level. So that's super important, especially if you're running a national campaign or a global campaign. We want to be able to show you where people are engaging. We'll also be able to show you what type of device the user is using from iOS or Android, and also dwell time and time of day. So some really robust data that you're going to be able to capture on our data dashboard, and it's all included in your campaign or your license fee.
And to add to that, we also would be able to provide custom analytics, which means if you have a button, we would be able to tell you how many people clicked on the button and moved to your shopping page.
How much does it cost for a license? So I might just direct you to info, Blippar.com. We've got a full line of pricing for several different levels of licensing. So I direct you to our website. If anyone has any particular questions with regards to campaign development, or just questions in general, feel free to drop us an email at info@blippar.com.
Keith, one last answer, because I've seen it happening, that multiple people have asked for that. Is there a need for a newer version of OS or any newer phones to support WebAR? To answer your question, I'll just give a small metric. In current, all the mobile phones that we have on the planet, the WebAR currently supports 96.5% of those devices from Blippar, which means Chrome, Safari running on iOS and Android.
Thank you for that. So I think we're starting to run out of time. So at this point, we're going to close down the questions. Just wanted to say thank you again to everyone that took the time to join us today. We hope that we're able to offer the best and most robust solutions to you, and we also hope that everyone is keeping well during these times. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any further questions. Again, you can reach us at info@blippar.com. Again, our sincerest thanks, and we wish you all well. Thank you.
Thank you so much.